tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, people, come on in. Come on in. This is your boy Martin G, aka the Crime Chaser. I'm live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth. It's open discussion tonight. There's a lot of discussion what's going on in Minnesota, what's going on here in the city of Chicago, in the suburb of Chicago. And we're going to keep it live tonight. And we want to do and say what's right. Some things may be controversial, so hey, we just have to do what we do. We have to say what we say. And this is politics. And that's what we're doing tonight. We're politicking tonight. And we're going to open up the phone lines as you guys continue to come in. And we appreciate you for coming on in. Be prepared to listen. Definitely be prepared to listen. Yep. Hey, family, what's going on, Mr. Roosevelt? I'm glad you called me early, Roosevelt. I sent you a text. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. We're going to have live. We got a lot of things going on. Minnesota's going on. Chicago, Illinois is going on. You got Mayor Brandon. You got Mayor Christopher Clark has died. A lot of us didn't know he was sick. He had a lot of enemies, but we still here. Appreciate you guys. Come on in. We got a lot to say. I need everybody to make sure you share this live. Night, it's midnight hour. Snowing outside, some of us in the club, and some of us at home in front of the television. Let's get it right. Get it cracking. Let's get it rolling. All right. I appreciate you guys tuning on in. Come on in. Got a lot to talk about. It's going to be raw and cut. What's really happening on the streets? Let's talk about it. What's really happening on the streets? Tone, what's up, Tone? I see you, Tone. I see you. Tammy Taylor, I see you. Cassandra Clark, what's up, Cassandra? I see you. Oh, people calling. Let me call in, people. I haven't even called in myself. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me call in. I haven't called in myself. So we got to get locked. We got a lot to talk about. Grown folks talking tonight.
Hey, caller, this is Martin G, a.k.a. the Crime Chaser, live, uncut, unedited broadcast.
Friday Night Fever.
Please turn down all your audio. Please turn them off or down, and do not have us on speakerphone so we won't have an echo, and we'll be with you shortly. Thank you so much.
All right, we officially on. We're taking calls. Let me put up the call number. Let's get started. Ain't no need delaying it. There's no need to delay. We'll get it going. Let me see if we callers. All right, no need delaying. All right, come on in. I think we got a caller. Which is caller, come on in. Yeah, come on in. We got a lot to talk about. Mayor Christopher Clark died today. Be ready in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Holy City, J Ball in the house. What's up? What's up? Now this is the night that we can talk about a lot of topics. So we won't be off subject. All right, we got our first caller. Come on, Roosevelt. Let's get started, man. I'm not waiting. Come on, Roosevelt. Come on with it. Well, I know you got a lot to talk about.
I just came from Minnesota from visiting my parents for a couple of weeks, but I wasn't in the cities. I was in the northern part. But as far as that goes, I mean, all the protests that have been going on every single day, I mean, I'm just wondering, why can't these people find something else to do? I mean, you and I have been in protests and everything before, but one thing about it is it made some sense. Because at the time I said that we were protesting, like when I met you, we were protesting against things that affected black people, like police brutality and, those kind of things. But these people, especially in Minnesota, all are white Americans, and it don't even affect them. It's up to protesting for illegals, Latinos, and mostly illegal Somalis who are black, but who don't want to be black, who don't claim to be black, or who don't even want to mix with us as black people. This is who they're protesting for, Somali criminals. I mean, it's gotten so bad that, a couple of weeks ago in Minnesota, how you had a whole bunch of protesters that interrupted a church service.
Mm-hmm.
And, they've been throwing rocks and bottles and doing all that stuff. And today it's a good thing it happened. Don Lemon, who was in that protest, was also arrested today because, legally, according to the Constitution, you can't go and interrupt a church worship service. But this is what these people did because they said they claimed that the pastor was affiliated with ICE or some other kind of stuff, which is his job or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So this is who these people are protesting for. Today they had all these marches in Chicago and all over out of solidarity. This is a march of something. As cold as it is, this is what these people chose to do. Some of the coldest days of the year, this is what they're doing. I mean, don't these people have jobs? Don't they have a hobby or some kind of boo to get home to, that, or man or woman that they need to get back to, or spend time with, or favorite TV shows to watch? I mean, I don't care what you do. Just find something else to do other than this. Because what they're protesting for, it makes no sense. Because you're protesting for people, first of all, who broke the law. First of all, to even get here, who did not do it the right way, who pretty much jumped in line in front of everybody. And once they got over here, like Somalis, they set up one part of Minneapolis. They call it Little Mogadishu. It looks almost like Somalia. I mean, so what was to leave one country that, is bad or whatever, but you want to turn this country into a complete model as the country that you left. I mean, and the thing is, plus with the Somalis, they cheated people out of money with these fake daycares and feeding our future scams back in 2020, due to COVID and everything like that. Because the thing is, the reason why it happened, because most Somalis are Muslim. And the thing is, Muslims, they see other people, or they see this nation, because it's mostly Christians, as being a bunch of infidels anyway. So therefore, they don't have any problem with taking money from the infidels. It's kind of like a whole Robin Hood type of a thing. Taking it from the rich or from the American infidel and enriching themselves. That's all it is. And the Congresswoman Ilhan Omar getting sprayed in the face. I mean, I don't bit more feel sorry to Ilhan Omar than the man in the moon. I mean, all of these Somalis need to go and sit down someplace. I mean, even me and my mother, we were talking about it. And my mother said that, she doesn't consider herself to be a prejudiced or racist person. And she said very seldom does she take one particular group or one particular race or nationality and lump them all together.
Mm-hmm.
But she's willing to make an exception for Somalis. She's like none of them, not even single one of them, none of them are no good. They're just some low down, filthy, ugly, disgusting people that need to go back to where they came from. And this is who these people are protesting for.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have these marches in solidarity. And I really believe the only reason why you haven't seen some riots like we saw in 2020 after the death of George Floyd is only because it's cold outside. I feel if it had been in a little bit warmer, I think that you see stuff on a worse scale. And then they want to talk about the two people in Minneapolis who got killed. Two people who were Democratic Marxist communists who had no business being there in the first place. Butting their nose into some business, dipping all the Kool-Aid, not even knowing the flavor, had no business being there in the first place. So no, I think that white Americans, particular, and Black Americans, much more specifically, I say what you always say. I even say what Mama Doris always say. Us as Black people, whether it's against the country comes against Somalis, whether they come against these illegal Latinos, we need to stay out of it because this is not our fight. We got bigger fish to fry, and the country still has. We don't have anybody. Anytime we get in trouble, we don't have anybody protesting for us or helping us. I mean, but yet they act like they care so much for Somalis and illegal migrants. Oh, please give me a break.
Why do you think that? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Why is that, Roosevelt? Why do you think that a lot of people in Minnesota care for the immigrants? Why do you think that?
Because I think it's typical that America cares so much more for everyone else than it cares for its own kind. It won't even take care of its. Lord knows they don't do anything to all the stuff that's happened to Black people. They haven't done anything to make amends to that. And plus, I mean, even with poor white people, or even it's veterans or homeless veterans, they ever take care of that and everything, because the nation always wants to act like it's so nice and so loving and all this stuff. I got a cousin who's even super, super duper liberal, always wants to throw up this crap talking about what would Jesus do, all this other kind of stuff. No, I told her I don't want to hear that. Talk about we're all immigrants. No, we're not. No, we're not. No. Sorry to disappoint you. Sorry to disappoint you, Toots, but no, we're not. Because people like you and I, we're foundational Black Americans. That means we were born here. So no, that wouldn't make us no immigrant. And with all the stuff that went against us as Black people in history, I mean, we were just snatched, and our ancestors were born here. So typically, biologically, we're not even supposed to be here. The only people who are really supposed to be here really are people like the Native Americans. That's it. All the rest of us and stuff, no, we were snatched from where we were. So I just believe that they just want to be so nice and so kind and so loving and all of this other kind of stuff. But pretty soon you keep on importing all of these people, especially you keep on importing Somali Muslims. You're gonna have a problem, and maybe you could do some research on it. A problem that they have over in even London right now, because even in London they imported so many Somali and even Arab Muslim immigrants into their country that now it's more of them than it is regular British people. So they said in a few more years, they said England, France, Sweden, all of that will be pretty much in Islamic continent in about 15 to 20 more years. And if you want to see where America is going to be going, only thing you have to do, first of all, is look at Britain and then look at Canada. And then it might not take a while. It might take a while before it gets here. But sooner or later, it's coming. Because even in certain places in Minneapolis, even though I think it's very, very pretty to hear, depending on who's singing it, I think the Islamic, or what they call the azan, it's a pretty thing, to actually hear sung. But there's many people who live in America who don't want to hear that 5 times a day. Certain places in Minneapolis, you can hear the azan or the Islamic call to prayer being sung 5 times a day. Kind of like it's done in a Middle Eastern country. So, you keep this up. And plus the stuff, the Somalis are defrauding people. And like I said, they don't want to mix with us. They don't want to mix with us.
Roosevelt.
And now that they're,
Ro-
sorry.
Roosevelt, no
Hmm.
problem. Someone had said, ask the caller if he has ideas of what us blacks should be doing right now.
Absolutely, positively nothing. Don't get out and protest. Don't get out and speak up for these people. Work on your job, make your money, and if you don't have anything to do, I mean, find a hobby. Go out to a restaurant. I mean, go and chill and go ride a bike. Go drive a car. Go hop on a plane and go on a vacation. Go just do anything. But don't stand up and protest for these people. Don't do anything.
Hmm. All right, I want to give a shout out to my partner, Vera Giles Norris, the #1 insurance agency right here in Illinois. All right.
Hi,
Wow.
Vera.
Yeah. Vera, Roosevelt, Renee said you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, I know. She always says that. I mean, coming from the same woman, first of all, who doesn't like any kind of opposition, because I'm the kind of person that if someone says, even if it's I'm the kind of person, I think that you are too, Martin, because I
Mm-hmm.
think that people like you and I are pretty self-aware. That even if we say something or whatever, even if it could be wrong or we might think it's right, I think that anybody can, I think, oppose us. And just to have somebody like maybe speak against what you think or believe, yeah, it might sting a little bit. But people like me and you, we're going to stay in there or something and try to hear the other side. So this comes from the person who can't hear the other side, who always wants to hang up every single time you would say something against like what she would think or have a different thought or a different opinion. But I feel that that's wrong, because that's what America is all about. Is about having a different thought and a different opinion. And I mean, as a black person in this country, I'm one person that has a different thought and a different opinion. In my different opinion, when they ask what black people should be doing, I say we should not be doing anything for these people. Even though Somalis, they want us to get involved now. Now that they see themselves getting deported and booted in their butt now, a whole lot of Somalis, like one guy was from Somalia, was up there saying, well, we know we were prejudiced against black Americans and said all this stuff against you all before, but can we just forget about that? We're in a bigger fight now. Can we just start over? And me and my mother said, no, we can't start over. The damage is done.
Mm.
No, we cannot start over. Because certain things, once it's done or stay it out of your mouth, I mean, because people from Africa, they have certain places have called us Atata. In Somali's cases, have called us Jarirs. In case you don't know what those words mean, to your audience, that's their little way of calling you the N word.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
That's a way, their way of being insulting.
So
Because many
Roosevelt,
Somalis, they don't.
you want
Mhm.
all immigrants gone, every last one of them.
Yeah, because the thing,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
because we need to focus much more on we need to focus on American problems. Because I'm gonna do something maybe on my show this weekend about it. But many people do not know that this happened last week. There was a woman in Michigan. I guess she's a black woman. Just like us, who fell on hard times. And I guess that she was trying to get back to her shelter, but missed, I guess, the bus, or the bus didn't show up, and so she didn't have a way to get back to her shelter, so she ended up freezing to death. And this is an American black woman, but the country is so caught up into worrying about illegal migrants that we automatically neglect our own.
Hmm.
No, I'm sorry. In 2026, it's time for us to be a little bit more selfish.
Okay. Do you love your enemies, Roosevelt?
I don't have to say I love my enemies or whatever, but just because you love your enemies or whatever, you have to just, you have to identify them as enemies, and you know how far to go or whatever. I mean, there's certain things I'm not going to do for you or whatever anymore if you're an enemy of mine or whatever it is. Like, if you've shown yourself to be an enemy.
Mhm. I just asked a question. So We hear a lot of small chatter saying that they coming for us next. What's your thoughts about that?
We ain't got no place to. We ain't got no. Where are we gonna go? Where are we going? They cannot kick us out of the country. We ain't got no place to go. People from Mexico, people from Guatemala, people from Honduras, people from I'm not going to include Puerto Rico in this because Puerto Rico is actually U.S. territory. People from Cuba, people from Somalia, people from Ghana, people from Nigeria. They have a homeland that they can go back to. I mean, where are we going to go? We're here. We're here. Where are we going to go to?
That's a good question.
Where are we going to go to? And sometimes whenever people present that argument, they're only presenting it so, some of us who have a different thought, a different opinion can shut up and just, focus on the fight of illegal migrants. They just want to say this kind of stuff. It's to put fear into us.
Well, think about this, Roosevelt. What about to those American citizens that are married to an illegal immigrant?
Oh well, hey, when you got when they get their butt booted out the country, if you got so much to do and so much to say about it, you can go, you can carry your behind along with them.
Mm-hmm.
Let both of y'all live in a whole other country and live happily ever after. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not so happily ever after, whatever kind of way you want to fit it.
Wow. So can you give me a reason that you think those protesters, what are they really are they really protesting for the rights of migrants, or are they protesting because they're upset with the government? What's your thoughts on that, you think?
It's hard to say because I'm not in the mind of these stupid people because I think what they're doing is a waste of time. But if I had to, think about it or try to think about how they might think, I don't know. I mean, maybe they in their mind they're doing something right because maybe in their mind they feel like they're standing up for their neighbors or friends who could be, undocumented or whatever like that. And maybe in another part, because a whole lot of people they're against, the Trump administration and what the Trump administration, the government is doing. So maybe another part of them could also be against that too. And I'm not trying to say everything that ICE is doing is, right something, but I mean, golly, I feel that we have to do something because I think we have to focus much more on us.
Okay, since you said that, what do you think ICE is doing wrong?
Well, sometimes, like in a whole lot of cases, they have gone up to people and just demand. It could just like be a random person, and they demanded to see their papers, and and didn't even really completely check. Because there was even one man, I think he was Chinese in Minneapolis, who was dragged out of his house in his almost naked in his underwear. He's been here for years and actually American citizen, and they didn't even bother before they took him away to even run his name. They took him all the way down to the facility to run his name to come to find out that he was okay, that everything checked out. I mean, police aren't even supposed to do that to you because, I mean, what do they always do if they stop you? They might ask you for your ID to run you for warrants, and they run you like right there. If you don't have any warrants, they're not going to take you in. They're not going to go and arrest you first, just to take you in, just to see if you do have warrants. So it's a whole lot of American citizens unfairly who might have been treated like that, or even some American citizens who might have just been stopped or something. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure you heard it was like back in October when it was like a 16-year-old black boy who was detained and arrested by ICE. And he was an American citizen. So I just feel that some of them have also just gone crazy, and some of them or something have just like put their hands on like regular foundational American people. And I feel also too that maybe they don't need to be wearing masks because even regular people in law enforcement, regular police officers don't wear masks.
Made some interesting
So
points.
I feel that's some of the stuff that's doing wrong.
Hmm.
Because I feel that if you want to see if somebody's undocumented, you might ask them for ID, and go and run their name first, and then try to find out before you choose to put them in an unmarked vehicle and take them someplace. Because I mean, you could be anybody. I mean, they just wear regular military fatigues and clothes and everything. I mean, people like you or I can go and pick up those kind of outfits, from a military supply store.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
And I think that they need badges and they need IDs just like regular police officers would have.
They do, Roosevelt. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
And I feel also too, our law enforcement and our politicians, they know where the bad people are. But in blue and democratic cities, the police will not turn over um, the roles of illegal migrant criminals where they might have the addresses to. If the local police departments would just turn over the names and addresses of illegal migrants because they know who these people are, they can just go to their houses and get them. And all the rest of this stuff, with them stopping people on the street, would just go away. But our politicians and our regular police departments will not cooperate.
Yeah, that's true. They won't cooperate. Yeah. So that makes it hard on the citizens, right?
I would have to say it does because I mean, then it's something they just pretty much identify and want to just mark everybody as something as maybe being an illegal, or because they hear something funny. Because I mean, even if I was stopped, people sometimes ask me, "Well, what would you do if you were stopped?" Because if you hear me talk, people say I don't sound exactly American. Because anytime people, you never did it because you know me for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't care. So to you or whatever, I'm just, or even the people like Marcus, I'm just Roosevelt. But to a whole lot of people, when they hear me talk, the first thing I always get asked, are you Jamaican or Haitian or Trinidadian or, from Bahamas or Dominican or something? Because they say I speak with kind of like a little bit of an accent or whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is. So, I can even be questioned just because maybe of how I sound.
Mm. Yeah. Roosevelt, do you hate the immigrants?
I would no. Because first of all, hate is a very very strong word.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to say hate. I'm going to say. And the thing is, it might not have anything to do necessarily with with immigrants or illegals or whatever. It's just what I hate is what our politicians have done. It's the same thing you always talk about. How they have put so much money,
Mm-hmm.
especially here in Chicago, because I got to deal with Chicago. But I'm pretty sure this happens in Minneapolis, New York, LA, wherever, any kind of blue city or state. They put so much money into taking care of these people. But yet, people, regular American citizens like us, we have to fight and struggle for every single thing that we get. I mean, me as being a legally blind, slightly deaf person here in America, there's only so much food stamps that they're going to give me. But when these people have streamed over the border illegally, they just hand them link cards for thousands every single month.
Mm.
I mean, they can get free medical, all this other kind of stuff. Well, some of us and stuff, we got to have insurance, and if our insurance don't cover it, we got to pay out of pocket. Whenever they open, and you talk about it all the time, when they open up, when they do have like even legitimate jobs, what do they always do? They never come to white Americans. They never come to black Americans, especially. They'll go and get, illegals because they can work for much more cheaper. Because even you always say, Martin, all the time, you and Mark are saying all of the darn time that anytime you see any kind of new construction project or whatever go up, only thing you see, is, especially here in Chicago, is a bunch of Latin faces. So that is the problem. That I feel that so much resources have been wasted on these people to the fact our own American government, I feel, has turned its back. And even in Chicago, our own mayor, who's supposed to be one of us, has turned his back on our people. So I would have to say the country needs to take care of us, who are the regular foundational American citizens, because I believe that charity begins at home first, and then it spreads abroad. And let me shut up because I think you have a new caller.
Okay, well, hold on one second. I'm not worried about the new caller right now. I need you to we got two more callers, so I'm gonna go ahead. Now, let me ask you another question, Roosevelt, since you really outspoken. Do you feel that what about the migrants that are here that's not causing no trouble? They go to work every day, they ain't bothering nobody. What do you think
Yeah.
about them?
Has joined.
Well, I feel as if this. I feel as if they're illegal, because I feel that coming over that border was illegal. But I mean, if you did something illegal to get here, okay, cool. You're already here now. I mean, whether you came in the right way or whether you came illegally through the back door, you in here now. So the thing is, while you're here, I think that they need to work on doing things to become legal. Go through the proper steps of filling out the paperwork, even learning the language and everything like that. But you find some people who've been here 10, 20, 30, 40 years and really have not learned the language and have not done the paperwork, have not worked legally within the system to become legal citizens. I mean, if you've been here years, all of that time, I mean, for goodness sake, how long does it supposed to take you to get your act together? So I think that if you're in here legally, that's what you need to do, is work on becoming legal while you're here. I mean, yeah, go ahead and work, earn money for your family, whatever. But also, too, if you love this country and you want to be here, no, make steps on making it legal.
Now, what do you say to those illegal immigrants or migrants or undocumented or unauthorized walking around here with their flag and burning our flag?
Um,
What do you say about that?
no, no, I don't think that that should be, because we cannot go over to Mexico, Guatemala, or whatever, or something, and fly an American flag. So I feel that if you're going to come here, you got to be willing to give up your language. You got to be willing to give up your culture. And you got to be willing to assimilate into this culture. So that means you're going to have to deny your language. You need to deny your flag, and you don't even need to be celebrating independence of another country and flying another flag on American soil, especially while burning this one, because it's so hypocritical how you can, fly your Mexican flag and everything, and you want to burn this one, but yet you claim like you love this country, but yet you're flying the Mexican flag and burning the American flag. I think that's a big contradiction.
Now, what would you say to those migrants that's coming here? Now, do you hold them responsible for crossing the border, or do you hold the politicians that allow them to come in this country? Now, do you have, that's what I want to bring out.
I have to say a little bit of both, because just because, I mean, somebody told you that you could do something does not always mean that you can do it. I mean, you might tell me something to take a 2x4 and hit you in the back of the head. It doesn't mean that I should do it. Because you would both we both know that that would be wrong. So I feel it's the politicians who fault for allowing it, but also too, just because you're an illegal migrant and you want to cross the border, just because some kind of two-bit politician told you could do it, I feel it's still your choice whether you do it or not. So I mean, the choice is left up to them. So I mean, they didn't have to cross their border just because somebody was telling them to, but I guess many of them wanted to, because they were just offering them and everything so much. Because I mean, a whole bunch of folks said that a foreign country was offering them so much that they probably couldn't resist temptation either. So I feel that the fault is on both of them.
Okay. Well, let's go to a couple more calls. Hang around, Roosevelt. You had so much energy tonight. Ooh, you were
Hmm.
so energetic tonight.
Oh yeah, I
9433.
want to hear what other people
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
say.
9433. What you have to say?
Hey, Tamar, I gotta say, uh, I still point my finger at the politicians. It's their fault. They let everybody come over here and make money. Uh, and we still need our reparation.
That
The
part.
black folks.
Mm.
It's it's still time for them to pay us. They paying everybody else. It's time for them to pay us. It's time for them to pay the colored folks.
Mm. Okay. Bill.
Okay?
Okay. Bill.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Man, uh, hey there, Rosa. All of this is just wrong, man. You know, uh, these people protesting are the same people that sit back and watch the same thing happen to us. Yes, um, the way ICE is operating at some levels is is wrong. We can't say it was wrong when it was happening to us, stop and frisk and all of that. But black people as a whole need to stand down due to the fact that the main purpose benefit you, not all of the other stuff. The main purpose. We done been through this. So let's get down to the part that benefit us. These people here are not benefiting us right off the top. No, there's jobs and resources that's that's being taken away from our people. That's first and foremost. And now that the same thing is happening to um, white America and illegals, it's a problem.
Has joined.
We got to stand down and allow the benefits to come to us. Getting out there with them people is is and they saying we're next. We know we're not next. We can't be next. It's impossible for us to be next. If they chose a place for us to go, it would be illegal and the same thing as slavery in reverse. Even if they just shipped us off somewhere, that's not gonna happen. But the bigger picture of this is I don't blame the migrants, immigrants. They 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 need to come and be vetted and come through the process that's um, the law of the land. That is the bottom line. All the ones that's been here for years or whatever, if they not up to par and with their paperwork or whatever, they gotta go. Because we know if we're here doing anything that's not within guidelines, we're not gonna get no benefit. We ain't gonna be able to go to no shelters. We ain't gonna get no uh, uh, no no welfare, no staff, none of that. And that's where it starts. Cut off the money supply to these people,
Okay.
and sit back and let liberal white America uh, uh, keep on fighting if that's what they want to do, but not using us as a pawn now. You know, we can't go for that. We supposed to be doing exactly what we doing and exactly what your show been doing, making our people aware and getting together to get ready to strategize a plan to bring all of what we've been talking about to the forefront. Getting rid of our crooked politicians and representation and the black clergymen and pastors. Bring them to open shame. That's what we should be doing. Exactly what what your show is promoting.
Okay.
That's all I got to say for right now.
Rev the Barber.
Hey, what's going on, Martin?
What's
Happy
up,
New Year,
bro?
everybody.
Same to you.
I've been pretty busy, Martin. I know I got a call from you, but I give you a call as soon as I get a chance. But I was just listening. When you look at the blame, I would say the system, period. The whole making of what's going on in this time right now. You have just a transition of a party, and now this administration, which has won to be elected to sit in the seat as Trump is just fighting back on what it is that has been going on for all of the Biden's term. You know, the things that, yeah, they did open up them borders. They had a plan to do the things that they was doing. But all along behind the scene of all this, it's more deeper stuff going on. You know, when you got a president going over into another country to pick a president of Latin descent, you know what I'm saying? He's after Colombia, he's after Mexico, he's after Venezuela, and you think that the people over here who's illegally over here is not gonna face the same suffering of the laws of this land and how he's gonna use them? Now, I'm sure that ICE, like the media and the propaganda of it, gonna make it look a certain way. These ICE guys are not just pulling over people. They pulled over illegal immigrants, and they got a name and a face because they all been vetted somehow. They all been vetted, so they got names and everything. They know what cities to go in. They know what communities to go in and grab these people. And it's on video. Everything's on camera. So the way we looking at it is, oh man, it's wrong. But we're the same ones who was saying, don't bring them over here. When they was coming on over the bus, we're the same ones who continue to talk about they're taking all of our benefits. But we're the same ones looking at how ISIS engaging them, how they're running from ICE. And the people that's protesting against ICE is just putting themselves in danger. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying they're right. But I know they're putting themselves in danger. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of complicated. But I believe that we need to just, you know, we got so many things that we can do. There's things that people are fighting, even myself, just trying to orchestrate and do right now to just give hope and inspiration to our communities. But it's more than that. You know, we can't keep on saying reparation when our mentality is not set to handle the reparation that we say are due to us. You know what I'm saying? Our mentality is not ready for reparation. Had it been, we'll get reparation. We can't even come together and come with ideas without backstabbing people, backdooring people. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I have a question. What do you mean our mentality ain't ready for reparation? Explain yourself. I want to know what you mean.
All right. This is what I mean by that. All right. We have been instructed from our ancestors, and we used to hear things like "I am my brother's keeper" and "love thy neighbor," and the things that we are taught. But at the same time, we in a generation today where our mentality is totally dismantled of liberating ourselves. And this is what I mean by that. You got a percentage of people who's out here like yourself, myself, that's totally wholehearted in the fight, in the movement, in the capacity of which God uses them. But then you got many out here like politicians and as that brother said, some pastors and some street people and some organizations and so-called wannabe leaders, and you know everybody want to be a leader. that has propaganda. It's popular to do the things and listen to the things and follow the things that these people are doing, which dismantle us because, for instance, you know what I'm saying, the campaign running right now. Who we going to vote for? And why are we voting for them? We don't vote for people because we know them and we know of them. You know what I'm saying? We vote for people because somebody endorsed them. They got a big name and friends who sit up there and say, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're not doing things for the right reason. So what I mean mentally, we don't have no way of having an ideal on how to make something happen that's gonna work.
So you saying by us getting
We follow.
reparations, we shouldn't get it right now? Is that what you're saying?
Yep, and this is why I say that. Martin, we went through COVID-19, and the biggest trick was given unto us just to show who we was. You had Donald Trump giving the tax cuts. People got 30,000. They was getting the PPPs, the 40,000, the EDILs, the 10,000, and you had to go through some complications to get it. But a lot of people got it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people got it. But you seen on the news what they said, what the black people was doing? What's that, Lennox Mall? That was the most popular mall during COVID-19. The flights, Spirit, you know what I'm saying? That was the most popular flight to take. All types of stuff. This is what we was doing with the money. Ain't nobody investing, buy no houses, but now they building houses that's $900,000. And we can't afford it. We ain't got no money. So we don't know how to handle money. We don't know how to all the money, and black people still ain't got our own bank.
Okay.
So what's going on? Like we got some resources. We got things we can do, but it's too much selfishness amongst us because those that got it don't care about those that don't get it.
Hold it, Reb. Hold it. Anybody want to respond to him? He said that.
I do.
Come on, let me hear it. You want to respond to it? Go ahead.
I do also.
Go ahead.
Excuse me, Rev. the Barber. With all due respect, I don't think that you could put all of us also in the same category because I see that black people don't, or how you put it, just paraphrasing, don't deserve it, or our mentality can't handle it. I mean, no, we're all not the same because even with some people, including I can speak for myself, back during COVID, when we got that money for COVID. Now, even though I had like a small business, I'm a photographer or whatever, I didn't even mess with the PPP loan because I just had a feeling of that it would just be too much whatever to go through. So what I did, I had one camera. So I took my stimulus money. I know a whole lot of people wasted that money by buying big screen TVs and all that other stuff. No, I put my money into my business, into buying cameras and stuff and a computer and certain things that I need so that when things opened up, I'll be ready to work. So no, it's many of us, who do know how to handle money and do know how to do things. And the thing is, I think even looking at it from the other side, that reparations, because of what the prejudice and the racism in this country and what happened and everything towards us and everything, I mean, even if black people wanted to waste it on just nothing, that should be all right to do. I mean, because even when you get your check and everything from your job and everything, people, they're not going to ask you what you're going to do with your check. Oh, I'm going to hold back your money because I know you're going to go and waste it. No, they're short money. So no, this is something that's actually due to us. So no matter whether a black person puts money in invest or whether they waste it and everything, this is something that I feel that should be completely up to us. In the country, no other person have any kind of moral judgment to accuse us and judge us for anything. I land my plane.
Okay, go ahead, Bill. Then we're going to go to Buck. Go ahead, Bill. You want to respond?
Yeah. Yes. We should get them now. We should have been and had them, but we can't base it on what somebody's going to do with it, mess it up. The PPP loans and the PPE loans. Everybody didn't get that. A lot of people did, and they showed out online or whatever. That's their prerogative. We shouldn't be held accountable because somebody got that money and didn't do the right thing with it. That's what reparations doesn't only come with tangible money, but reparations supposed to put us at an even playing field in other things, resources such as training centers and even some therapy and some social programs, all of that. So just because the media is only showing that part of people that used it and didn't do what I feel, Reb, or anybody else feel, don't mean we shouldn't get it. And another thing on top of that, it's in the making. It's closer than we think, because never have we heard as much talk lingering around reparations and showing us how our own people in power are not fighting for us for our reparations. But here's the telltale sign that it's in the making, and it's a thought, not just in our head. They're having states put together reparation plans. That's the biggest hoodwinking that could come about, especially in California. California was not even a slave state. The United States government is responsible for this. So I don't think Black people should be trying to take no reparations from any state. It's the whole government. You had a whole list of people or entities besides the government, like the Catholic Church and some of these corporations that capitalize off of slavery, but not these states. That's all I got to say.
Buck. Come on, Buck.
Blessings. Yes, everybody, blessings are all here today. What I like to say is, I hear a lot of what we go through. A lot of people say that that we gonna be next and all this stuff. How is they gonna affect us? They're about 400 years late if they was trying to get us out of here. So that ain't the plan. They have been always prefer to use us for whatever they can get out of us, and they never want to reward us for whatever thing we had in building this country and the part of the world itself. You know, the knowledge of self is the greatest thing they try to deny us, and therefore they don't teach us nothing about our answers. All they start with Black History Month starts in a day, and all they're gonna teach us about slavery and everything up to date, about ratchet music and such and other stuff, instead of teaching us about Masamua and Kemet and places like that in the world, we was walking upright while these people were crawling around on the ground. You're looking at America who's tied to foreign countries, especially Israel, who's killing and murdering people all over the world. And you think they care about us, our plight in this country? They believe in trying to just treat people bad. And, you know, the whole politicians, even locally, you can see where the property taxes are raised up so high for people that really on fixed incomes and such. And then they trying to make you lose your property because the politicians are working for what do you call it, corporations and special interest groups. That's locally, that's federally, and so on and so forth. So to trust in the politicians, I might as well work on the thing about you believing the tooth fairy, because ain't none of that's going to do you no good. These people are a joke. No matter what party or what aisle you sit on with these people, they never had interest in our Black people.
Are you referring to politicians not right by Black people? Because white people, they get a lot of things out of politics. They get things done.
Well, we never was at the table. They never let us. The people that they allowed us to the table. Let's say, for instance, let's go for this, some revision in history. Jesse Jackson ran for president in '84. And all of the Black people supported Jesse, thinking he had a shot. And he changed us from being Black to African Americans. And all that sounded good. And we was all dancing in Kumbaya. But yet we didn't get nothing. Then we go forward and forward. Then we get Barack Obama. And everybody think, oh, we got a black man sitting there with our interests. Barack Obama wasn't even raised by black people. He never lived around them in the thing. He just came there, said he was an organizer. And then when he became president, he left Chicago. He stayed there. He met with the wife or whatever that is. And then they left Chicago, not in New York. Only time they think, any black person think that Obama, the library, don't help us in Chicago, they must be on lunch meat. Because there ain't nothing about that. They got nothing to say about black empowerment, about a Barack Obama library in Chicago. They displaced black guys.
Do you vote?
Yes, sir.
Do you
yes,
vote?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Why you
I
vote?
have voted, but
why you vote?
I used to believe in it. I used to believe as a young man. My mom and taught me that vote counted, and I was, a very staunch activist. I was, even if stores, if they don't have black people, I wouldn't shop there. I still won't do that. So voting, I thought, man, we was gonna get a change. In my middle to late 60s, I see ain't nothing changed but the clock on the wall and the calendar that's every day it changes and it flips over. We still in the same state of condition. We are the worst. You said it yourself. Our neighborhoods have no progression. The South and West Side, it look like somebody dropped a bomb in Afghanistan. We don't have no ideal, no concepts to build our communities up. We still putting politicians up there. We speaking of voting, that ain't doing nothing but sitting up there and voting opposite of what really should be their interest. The last person I believe that gave a damn about black people in politics in Chicago was Harold Washington and probably a few others. After they gone, ain't nothing to replace them. Everybody who used that bandwidth, like Martin Luther King, when Martin was alive, everybody, when he was alive, people didn't want to mess with him. When he died, everybody was his friend. Oh yeah, Martin, he said I was going to be his next protege. Everybody lied on people when they're dead, trying to act like that was, we were so close, and he told me that I was going to be the man to see them. And everybody, even Obama, had the nerve to make a speech about pulling ourselves up for the boots. With the very speech Dr. King said, how you going to tell somebody to pull up themselves for the boots when they ain't got no boots? So the ironic thing is we believe in anything. We sit up there and support people that don't give a damn about us, but yet we think we're going to get some change. Voting, okay. We can go vote. You can see what they did in 60s to Fred Hampton. He tried to take a coalition of poor whites from the Appalachians, and the Chicanos were the name the Latinos were. They were called Chicanos back in the day in the late 60s, early 70s. Before they became this other group. They didn't form Beta, but they were Chicanos back in the day. He tried to connect with other people, like-minded and poverty-stricken people in the world, and they wasn't going to have that. So it's the thing about building, and black banks, the person mentioned that. We had credit unions and banks in Chicago. We had forgot the bank. Dempsey Travis was the guy who ran that, 40-something over there back in the day. We had black institutions in Chicago, but I guarantee you, people ain't gonna support it because everybody gonna run the Chase. Everybody gonna run to these other banks and put their money in there because they believe these white men gonna give them a better shot. All they gonna do is take their money and invest it in stuff to destroy us. Don't you think when you put your money in the bank, you don't know what that investment is going to be taken out and put in to stop you from redlining you from living in a certain neighborhood, to stop you from moving in certain areas, to stop you from getting loans for nothing more than a car or a house. If you go to a bank without talking about I want $50,000 open up my own business without no assets, they gonna laugh you right out the door. I don't give a damn. They don't care. They never was trying to help us against this oppression they formed in America. Until we understand that we are only helping to building ourselves brick by brick to come up and to make each other from the little to the young to build our own self up. Ain't no rescue unit out here for us. We could gripe about this all day. The system is stacked as a stacked deck of cards against us. You could put a new politician, new face in there. Oh, this person, the lieutenant governor. Oh, she on TV talking about stop ice and all that. But what is her plan to help the black people? And everybody got one thing. They all one-eyed jacks. They got one opinion, but they don't have no information to help you to raise yourself up. All they tell you what you could do, but ain't no real solid solution. So I'll sit back and let everybody rap a taste.
All right. Okay. All right. I mean, y'all heard it, black people have 1 trillion spending power. I guess they don't deserve that amount of money either for that type of spending money. So I still think that black people, listen, you got to remember, people, it's not that we don't deserve the money. We do deserve it. Our ancestors were slaves. They fought on this country. They bled. They died. They was persecuted, still being persecuted. So this is money that's owed to us. It's owed to us. So if you owe somebody, hold on. If you owe somebody something, now you want to take your time giving it to them. That's not right. If you owe somebody, you're supposed to pay your debt. They promised us 40 acres in the mule. They never came through with it. 40 acres in the mule. So how about if you have somebody to owe you when you want to get your pay and knowing that they have it? Now, it's a different thing that you can't do nothing if they don't have it. But if you see that they have it, it's like somebody owe you some money and they coming in front of your face for groceries. They go into the gambling boat. They playing lottery, but they won't pay your $20. Won't that make you feel a certain type of way? And you know, that to me, it does. And people want to pay you because they feel they don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. I pay you when I want to. That's not right. That's not right. That's why I look at it. I mean, hopefully that makes sense. You know, hopefully I'm trying to make sense.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
And you make a lot of and you make a lot of sense. And I don't want people to get the wrong impression about what I was saying and why I was saying it. I truly believe, you know, that we deserve reparation. But when I was saying that our mentality is not ready for reparation, that's all I mean is our mentality. Because it's fact. So you just said $1.2 trillion is spent by black folks annually, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And $1.2 trillion spent, what are we buying? You understand what I'm saying? So and then in the other point, okay, let's say we get reparation. If they give us the reparation, the benefits of Social Security and everything have no need in their mind, so it's gonna be cut off. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to make a choice. Do we continue to feed on whatever government resources there is that's coming to black folks by little pieces of bread, which it is? It ain't nothing compared to what's owed, because everybody ain't qualified for certain things. You understand what I'm saying? So we complain about, well, they gonna cut Social Security, they gonna the government shut down, we ain't getting no stamps and everything like that, all these pennies. But also, it's a distraction to not really fully fight for reparation. Get prepared for reparation. Make sure that we get our reparation. And so when I say we're not mentally ready, I'm speaking from putting myself as the devil advocate in a white man's shoes. And I'm sitting there at the table with everything as a white man. And I have control over the state of a people as a white man. And in that control, I control how they eat. I control how they see, because you need light. I control how warm they get. I control what they think through the media and everything by the control. So I can control how much money I give them, who get it. I can put stipulations and policies when everything should be allocated the right way, righteously. I can put policies in to make sure that certain people get qualified, or you don't know how to sit up there and fill out or qualify, or you need this paperwork, that paperwork, all these stipulations.
But brother,
in the midst of getting these
don't you need some more money in your life? When you want some extra money?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying we.
I mean, you saying it's mentality, bro.
I'm not
Everybody.
saying I'm not saying we don't deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm saying that I'm saying you. It's another type of way you finna have to get this. This ain't no we steady sit up there kumbaya, give us. It ain't.
No,
It's
Rev.
a whole
Rev,
other way of thinking.
Rev, they not giving us nothing. They owe it to us, brother. That's a difference. They owe us, brother. They owe us. They giving people reparations that didn't even happen over it, bro. Listen, I don't care if a man worked for me for 40 hours a week. Whatever he do with his money, that's his business. If he go give it to the dope man, if he go give it to the gambling man, that's his business. He worked for that.
So if somebody owes you something and he ain't trying to pay you, what you gonna do to get out of him what it is that he owes you?
Well, it's two things.
People respond certain ways.
Right, and we responding now. We want our money. But people like you don't think that we should get it because we ain't ready for it. How you gonna tell about another man
people,
that he ain't ready?
People like me, like, that's what I'm saying. You're not understanding the language I'm saying when I say that. People like me are, or myself, I can't say people like me because I don't know who else like me. But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that if we are ready, then we will have it.
No,
we will have it.
Well, you mean
yes, we will, because if somebody owes you something, Martin.
So
if somebody owes you something,
okay, now you confused
you're gonna
me.
do everything within your power to make sure. Yes, listen, I ain't say we didn't deserve it. I know we deserve it.
No,
I know they owed us money, but at the same time, what I'm saying is, if I don't know how to sue you if you owe me, then you just get away with owing me. I don't know how to sue you.
Brother Martin.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Man, listen, I don't know, my man, God bless you, but I'm about, one thing I do say, if we don't get, we supposed to get paid. It's been always, we looking at, I'm about 1,000,000% sure we deserve our money, but one thing about people when they owe you, by not paying you, actually not admitting that they owe you. They keep brushing on the rug. Well, we're going to have even at City Hall, they were talking about $500,000 to have a survey to figure out how much. What the hell is that? A blind man can see they owe us money. What the messenger, that's Elijah Muhammad, for those who don't know, proposed back in the 60s. They need to give us a few states and let us have our own land and leave us alone. Even Muhammad Ali said that they won't let us go. They still used to having us being slavery. Now we kicked them out of that stuff. Now they won't let us out this country. They won't let us be out their presence because they want us around for whatever reason. They won't let us be away from them. But for whatever reason, they need us to coexist with them. And they won't never admit that. These politicians, they put black people in office. You have athletes making millions of dollars. That's in a way thinking that some of them came up, but it's still how back in the day, in '88, Farrakhan did a speech with Jesse Jackson, all them Mexican Waters. If we ain't all winning, then none of us winning. We all supposed to be eating. Ain't no few people supposed to have something. We people out here starving, kids living on the train, ain't got nothing to eat. Until they make this right, we gonna be fighting forever because they owe us. There ain't no excuses about it.
But he's saying every reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. He's saying, and I agree with every single thing that you're talking about. Because there's too many people of us that's millionaires now. Too many people of us. There's a few of us that's billionaires right now. But if we got these people that's like this, that's not looking back at us, that come from us in the same conditions, knowing how it feels to be like that, like us, then what do we should have been? Who we talking to?
Hey, brother. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe there's black people out here with white people's minds?
Yep.
There's a black person that be black as night and still thinking like a white man.
Yep. So who was they that owed us when we got people like that that's up there with the power to make sure we get paid? So
that's the paradox of it, because they put people up there to make us think we don't supposed to get it. See, we got people blocking that. It's like a situation where you supposed to have something, and then they'll say, well, why don't we give him that job so he'll take us to say, well, y'all don't need to worry about that right now. Y'all need to think about this and that. Worry about Trump. Put your mind on that. Things about distractions is about life out here, brother. It's like everything they'll try to do mentally, they'll try to psychologically warfare on our people, where we hate each other, where we hate to see people progress. It's one of the things embedded in black people, where we hate it for years when people get better. You see somebody progress and they get a better job, they move out the neighborhood. But one of the things about that, it didn't used to be like that because we couldn't live everywhere. But now the black people move and they gone. Back in the day, they would come back and still reach out for other brothers and pull them back out of there too. So we got the white man syndrome where we think once we got it, we ain't black no more. You see people on subway.
Can I say something?
Yeah, hey Bill.
Let me say this one thing. Now we saying reparations, right? We saying reparations. Now I done been at tables of people like us. Now, I'm pretty sure that black people came with their own reparation plan. I think the union, what's that union thing? Like they came with their own reparation plan.
Yeah.
So when I started hearing it so strong, when the city set up there and said, okay, Brandon Johnson coming up with some type of council, you know, the first thing I thought, we don't need them to sit up there and come up with no council for our reparations. We don't need them. It's already something out there. So they'll sit up there, they bypass whatever was out there. To sit up
We
there
know it's out there because that's why many of us are upset with illegal migration, because by giving all these people and stuff millions and millions of dollars, they have given away our reparations. Because they're looking for these people to replace us.
Well, I'm going to say this, Bill, before. Let me just say this. Hold it real quick. Dennis said, black people don't have time to be perfect to receive a debt, including cash. Let me say that again.
I agree.
Black people do not have time to be perfect to receive a debt, owed, including cash. And that's period. I agree with that. We ain't got to be, we don't have to be a certain mindset to receive no money. And reparations is not just all money. It could be land. It could be education, a lot of different things. So it ain't just all cash, but it could be land too as well. Housing, you know. So my thing is, people think, well, they ain't gonna do that but spend it, but it'd be good for the economy if they spend it, put it in the economy. You know, we all ain't gonna spend our money out. That's what I think. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead, Bill.
I don't care how you spend it.
Yeah, I like to correct Roosevelt and Rev, like both of them just got a different point of view. We can't sit up and give these people an excuse out about these reparations. No, they didn't give all our money to the migrants. They got more money to give and do whatever they want to. They've been giving money out. They still giving money out, reparations to landowners and farmers for centuries. They still give. That's a form of reparation. And as far as we can't speak out and give them any way out. We not ready for it. We don't know what to do with it. We can't give these people no way.
That's right.
Or no excuse out.
I'll see somebody put
and the more people that we got, especially that look like us.
Bill, hold it.
Yeah.
This Alvin niece, she put up here, just get a job and get over it. Reparation is for them that put something in the pot. Half you don't deserve it. Who they owe is dead and gone. Did y'all hear that?
I wish
first of all,
call in and defend that statement.
Yeah, call in, Miss Alva niece. I'm gonna tell you how stupid that is.
Put the number out there.
Yeah, how stupid that is. Now, if they burn up the Jews, kill them. Now, the ones that they burn up, how could they get reparations? People have to get it for them. The ones that's alive.
Mm-hmm.
So she telling us, just forget about it, get over it. Reparations for them that put something in the pot. In other words, we didn't put nothing in the pot. Somebody kill your mother get killed or father get killed by a freak accident by the state. Well, they can't pay it because she dead. So it shouldn't go to the next of kin. So Alvin, niece, call in. I want the number, hold on, 872-299-0808. I want you to explain yourself. We're not going to curse you out. We're not going to scream at you. I want to hear what you tell me in your own words. What do you mean? Maybe I can't read well. Call in 872-299-0808. Again, 299-0808. I'm sorry, Bill. You can continue to talk, but I had to stop. I had to. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead. Yeah.
I see it got you fired up too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
oh boy, you got it.
Yeah, that touched Martin right there, and rightfully so. Saying you got to put something in the pot. Not only have we been putting something in the pot since the civil rights. There's a lot of black people that work and been paying taxes, but prior to that, it's a lot of people that's foundational black that paid with their lives, paid with free labor that this country has capitalized off of and made so much money off the back of slavery and cotton and anything else they use this for. Stole ideas. It's reparations that would be due from 30 years ago. The stuff that they've been doing, which is all by design. But we got to get rid of these people. This is about separating ourselves. What we doing right now, we got to separate ourselves from people who don't seek to have the vision that we have.
So what's the vision?
The vision is trying to unify, trying to get on one page, trying to get these reparations. That's a start.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
After getting off, let me finish.
Unify with an addict? Can you unify with a drunk? Can you unify with a murderer? Can you unify with a pedophile, a rapist? Can you unify?
No.
Come on now.
No, we're not gonna go that far now. Come on, really.
Can you unify with one that has no morals? Can you unify with one who will just blow your head off, try to take, like you unify? Hey, don't. This all I got. Oh man, give me. Can you unify with that?
Hey, man. Besides
the world, the way it's going.
Besides the pedophile,
dealing with something deeper than reparations. In whatever case we talk about reparations, because 99% of the people that's listening in or talking about reparations is talking about money. But we dealing with something a little bit more deeper, spiritually in all.
Yeah, spiritually. I agree.
So I mean, like that's what I mean when I be talking about, because I'm not saying that we ain't deserving. I'm saying that like we a mouse in a maze and ain't gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? Because we always cutting each other for the cheese. We all, I mean, and man, like I say, who we talking about when we say they owed us? Because it's a lot of people that's with them that owed us too. If you're a part of them, you owed us. And our own people. Who we vote, people we smile at, people we go take pictures with.
Okay, hold it, brother.
Is right with them.
Hold it, brother. Sister, are you there? Is that what 206 say? Call in, sister. 872-299-0808. Call in, and I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your voice. Alvin Niece. And then how 206 would say, are you there? Call in. She said, that's your thoughts. No one can change. I'm not trying to change it, but I want to know what's your thoughts. Call in and tell us that black people need to get a job and get over reparation. We made the pot. Maybe you're not black. Maybe that's probably what it is. Help me out. Maybe she's not black. I don't know. I don't understand that one though.
She needs to take a stance behind the statement.
Yeah, that's all. Call in.
That's what I'm saying.
Make us believe it.
Yeah, make us change our mind.
That's a very radical thing to say on this platform, I believe.
Yeah,
maybe if she come and talk to you and change our mindset, I got a job. Maybe I'll go get another one.
Yeah, me too. I got a job
too.
Yeah,
I can say it's an ignorant statement. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna even sit up there and care, or I don't care how she's gonna define that. It's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I say, I'm not saying we don't deserve it. I'm saying that I'm saying it's a lot of work ahead of us.
Brother, we don't need to be. Listen, bro, Reb. Hold on. No, he ain't right, Bill. He ain't right. Hold on. He ain't right. We don't need to be perfect to receive our money out that old. Whatever, man.
I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that kind of work, Martin.
Okay.
Martin, I'm not saying that kind of work.
So
I'm saying it's a lot against us. When I say work, it's a lot against us. You hear me, Martin?
Yeah.
Mentally, within ourselves, along with the enemy, along with those that's out here living amongst us. That's what I mean by work. It's a lot against us right now. Against our youth.
The part where I was saying,
and it's like we gotta strategize and stop being distracted. It's like you talking, you man. If I were to sit up there and tell y'all my plan right now, people will sit up there like they'll be like, man, that's so far fetched. So I don't even talk about it. But when I start wearing it, when God do bring it about, because it's in the making, then everybody gonna run. But it gives people opportunities. I mean, we supposed to be strategizing now. You gotta work until God bless you with reparations. What you gonna be doing in the midst of the weight of
what are we doing now? We working. We ain't standing still. Bill working. I'm working. A lot of people are here working. I know. I know.
I'm not saying you guys. I'm not saying you guys.
Yeah.
No. Listen. It's only, man. That's a small percentage of us, man.
Yeah.
It's a small.
Okay. Well, I got two more calls.
I think it's a bigger.
Yeah.
A bigger percentage.
Hey, Reb. I'm gonna back up what Bill say. How could a people have 1.5, 1.2 trillion spending power if they lazy? Think about that, Reb. Don't get swept up with the propaganda. How can the people have a spending power of $1 trillion and something and be lazy and not working? Come on now, that make sense. But let's go to.
The only I like to correct. I said the reason that you right, Rev, is that it's a spiritual war. That's the only way where you right. But with it being a spiritual war, and it's our time, and you being a man to know some of the words, you better know that it's a switch, and you have to believe, and in believing, you got to make the footwork.
All right.
Because faith without.
But 609. Come on, Bill. Let me go to this lady. Y'all upsetting me tonight. But 609. Come on, 609.
Oh God, hello everyone.
Hey.
I'm gonna speak on two different things. We're gonna talk about what this immigration thing, what's going on in Minnesota and different places. Okay, the big thing is because the census is coming out in 2030. So basically, the undocumented, you don't have to number that, and because it's all about congressional seats to stay in power. If you notice when the last one that was, it comes every 10 years, in 2020, when they was talking about putting citizenship on the application, the Democrats went crazy. Okay, so basically that's what that's really about: congressional seats, electoral voting. That's what that's about. Okay, now we go, because I'm following this thing so much. Now here in 1865, the treaty law. This is where the 4 acres, the mule, everything. It's in law. In 1866. One of the politicians, they shut it down. And it's all about unclaimed and things. So I just want to, and the land that they were talking about that we were entitled to for the 40 acres is in the state of Florida, North Carolina, and Georgia. Those 3 things, it's in law, it's in the books. Okay, now we're going to go further. Out in Oklahoma, I want y'all to keep your eyes and get as much information as y'all can. In 2021, basically, it's been open. And everybody's getting their documents together, their DNA. It's 3 cases in Oklahoma. They're filing now. It's open, our reparations. So I just want y'all to be encouraged. We all got to be healthy to be able to live, to see some of it when it go, and then, and it'll pass on to our children and grandkids. I'm telling y'all, we almost there. Y'all need to focus on Oklahoma case. There's 3 cases that been open. So when y'all get a chance, do y'all research on that because once that opened up, and I think 2 people, I think they filed and they went in the case. So I want y'all to know that it's out there, and and I'll just lay back. I just want y'all to know that.
I think old timer 4093. Come on.
Yes, I've been hearing a lot of good things on it, and the fact that blacks are the only group of people not to receive reparations speaks for itself right there. I mean, that's where it starts and stops. You had a group of people that agreed that we should get the reparations. Well, I think if I recall right, it actually had it, and then another president come in and rescinded it and took it back. I don't have a name in front of my face right now.
Andrew Johnson,
and took
I think.
It back.
They said Andrew Johnson killed the 40
Andrew
acres.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since that time, this is money that's actually owed to us, and they had agreed when people came from out of the Civil War that blacks should receive what they had set aside, about 400,000 pieces of land, parcels of land or something, tillable land that we can use to help us. All of that was taken away. So we're the only people, which is not a proud thing, not to receive reparations. So at this point, it's past the point of what we're going to do with the money. It's the fact that we need to have the money.
Thank you, brother.
That's whatever it is that
and
is
shame the
it's past that point. Well, what you gonna do with that money? Well, I mean, you got when you look at it, a lot of white people have been able to flourish off of the money that they have gotten made off the backs of black people, that they still have the money floating through their systems. Now they have done a lot of things with the money. I mean, look what they have done. But look what we would have been able to do as well. We had somebody out of Oklahoma here a second ago, and we all know about the Florida. Now we do, but there's another problem. That white people will try to find a way around dealing with black people when they have money. They won't trade with you. They won't furnish your stores. They're gonna come back another way and try to cut down the growth of what black people is able to do. They some treacherous people. They treacherous in their own way to try to not to show where they're wrong, and they don't want you to be on the same level with them. Now these are the facts. Now should that bother us? I don't think it should. But we should make a good conscientious effort of what we are going to do with whatever it is that we get. Now those are just plain hard-nosed facts, because if we're going to be jumping up, moving, and going to other people's neighborhood because it's supposed to be quote-unquote better than what we got, but then that's still giving off to the other people that they're better than us. So we have to make real hard, conscientious decisions on what we're going to do with our resources and how is it going to benefit our people. And we don't have time to argue. We don't have time to argue in front of white people over this. It's something that we have to talk about amongst ourselves, because as soon as they love to see us arguing amongst ourselves. And one thing we can't afford to do is not agree with this 40 acres and a mule. We have to agree on that. There's no equivocating on it. We have to, out of 100 people in there, all 100 people got to raise their hand and say, we should receive reparations, and don't answer no other questions about the TV, the car. That has nothing to do with it. The reparations is the thing that's on the line, and that's what they should pay up. They should pay it, and because everybody else has gotten theirs, and they still paying it. They paying Israel $6 billion a year right now, whether they have a war or not. They give them money, and if a war breaks out, they pay Israel not for getting in the war, because they don't want to provoke other countries to team up against Israel. So they say, okay, you stand back, and what we're going to do, we're going to take care of this situation for you. So we gave them Patriot missile launchers. We have supplied them with all kinds of weapons of mass destruction. We have done all kinds of things for Israel, and they probably going to continue to do it. So, but when it comes to us, this is Black America. This ain't got nothing to do with the Africans that's coming here and all that kind of other kind of stuff. Black Americans that's here right now should get paid the reparations, and actually should be done tomorrow.
That's how easy it is to do it.
So I mean, I finally agree with Old Timer. God dog, Old Timer. All right, you finally agree with you.
Got me today.
Old Timer, I'm surprised.
Oh, come on now. These are documented facts.
Yeah.
This is documented. But I'm saying that the conversation can't be over in front of white folks, because white people have shown that they're not in the same bed with black people.
Yeah.
They've shown that over and over again.
Old Timer.
And I don't know why we think we're worried about it.
Old Timer, as Buck said earlier, some of us are black, but we think like the white man. We really do. And that's the problem. That's the problem. That is the problem. And that's the problem that we're having. Then we got these people that's 2 generations in, immigrants or whatever. They don't want to see us with it. But they smiling at black folks' fakes and all that grin, skinning and grinning. They don't want us to get this money. Everybody's against the black American from receiving this money. They feel we don't deserve it. I don't care if we buy 5 Cadillacs. I don't care if we go to the store and buy some Flaming Hots, some fruit, whatever, with dope, or gamble it off. It's ours. It's a debt owed to us. And we want it. Period.
Well, you know, Mark, if it wasn't for black people, Cadillac wouldn't even be alive right now, because when they first made the Cadillac, they wouldn't sell it to black people. They didn't want black people to have it. But when the sales went down so low and they couldn't sell it to nobody, who do you think bailed them out? Black people did. And that's why we driving the Cadillacs today, because we're the one that bailed Cadillac out from being extinct. They didn't even want us to drive a Cadillac when they first made it. But we're the ones that bailed them out. The people who they thought didn't have no money is the one that bought the Cadillac and saved the country. Now go look it up and read it. You'll see it.
I want to piggyback off of what you and how crucial this is. Martin, you said about the foreigners that immigrants here legally don't want us to have it. And we see right now how they are progressing, and their numbers are coming up in our politics, in the Senate and Congress, mayors. These people are getting traction. So if we don't fight hard for it now, and they are steady coming up, and the ones that get to vote on it, it lessens our odds of getting it. And what Old Timer said, I am grateful. Sound like Martin G. Showden got to you some, and I appreciate it. But one thing he right about, we can't go to these people half-assed. We don't need their input or their studies or whatever. You got to have all of it together when you go mess with these people. Because if you're not, they just going to use stall tactics like they've been doing.
Yeah. And so for for those of you out there that think that we begging, how we begging for something that belongs to us already? It's our right to have. That's already been paid for. We work for it. Trust me. And I'm still waiting on that sister to call in. Talking about just get a job. I guarantee you, she get a big lawsuit. One of her family members die in a lawsuit. She want that money. I guarantee that. See, I'm telling y'all people, these people that look like us, Man, they don't represent us, man. You'll be surprised how many people wake up in the morning and hate black people. They go to a gun store so they can shoot another black person. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, people. They having black babies and don't want the babies. They hate themselves. They hate everything about themselves. And I ain't just talking about no woman. I'm talking about a man too. I see it all the time. It's hate. The hate is real. You mad at the brother because he bought him a new car. But you didn't say nothing when he was catching Ubers every day. Now that he got a new car, now you envious. You upset. That's how we are with each other, a lot of us. And I said it, Bill, I haven't said this in a long time. We don't need every black person to be on board with us. We just need the majority of black people, and we can get some things done. We don't need all 100% black people. As long as we got the majority, old timer and Bill, that'll be enough for us to get some things done. And you know, old timer, better than I do. You've been in church for a long time. Everybody ain't gonna agree. But if we can get majority of us on board, one accord, we can get some things done. Everybody can't sit. Everybody can't sit at the general's table. You got to have some soldiers. It's not for the general tells soldiers what to do. They give them the plan. This is how we're going to execute this. Using the model, the Army model part of it. So we deserve it. People, we deserve it, whether you think it or not. Any immigrants out here tonight is listening to me or this morning. Black people of America, of descendants of slaves. We deserve it, we want it, and we're going to get it. Martin Luther King said, how long? Not long. I'll tell you, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. For those of you that's doubting Thomases, we don't need you in the fold. Go to another platform. We don't need you over here. If you can't understand that black folks need reparations and owe it to us, and see, the thing is, people always say we beg. And how we beg for something that you already owe? If I put in the work and labor for you, owe me this money. You constantly, how you gonna tell me you don't have no money and you spent $1 billion and more on migrants that have not brought no value to this country but labor? Something ain't right. And I'm going to tell you, it's so much hatred in this country, people, they can't stand your complexion. Those of you that have been kissed by the sun, they don't want to work with you. They don't want to give you nothing. They want to try to starve us out, brother. And it's been proven. Starve us out. Listen, we have not been voting in this country for a long time. A lot of these laws, these civil rights bills, they was made in the 60s. In the 60s, people. A lot of these laws they got for black people, that's not even 100 years old that helped us. Not even 100 years old. Here's an Asian. They got a hate bill. Well, why would they get a hate bill and black people don't have a hate bill? All the atrocities that we've been through here in this country. Make it make sense, people. That's all I'm saying. Make it make sense. If the dope fiend get his reparation, if he want to spend his money on dope, that's on him. If the gambler get their reparations, it's on them. That's their money. You can't control. If a man give you, hold on.
But Martin, when you say that, when you say that, look, when you say that, right, and look, I don't disagree with that. But when you say that part, you know, we gotta see how the enemy see too. We can't war with something that we can't see.
Bro,
in his eyes, we just as worse as a dope thing. So none of us deserve.
But listen,
so
bro.
To say if that's
listen.
To say that, that's kind
who
of like,
cares what the enemy thinks? We don't operate on what the enemy thinks. We don't. I know. I'm just saying. Who cares?
How you gonna war with the enemy if you don't know his tactics?
We know his tactics. He didn't prove it. He showed us his hand. He's doing the same thing over. He's killing black folks. Listen, you're a preacher.
Black folks killing black folks.
Oh, hold on. Of course, white people killing white people too. Where you think the term black on black crime come from? Why they don't use the white on white crime? We just witnessed it in Minnesota. White on white crime. We witnessed it. And you have not heard that word one time used in the media. Why is that? Think about it. Why is that? Why haven't we heard Bill white on white crime? We haven't heard it. White folks shooting and killing each other in Minnesota. That's what's going on. No one wants to really admit it. But when it comes to us, it's terrible. All killing is terrible. So my point is, brother, the devil come to do three things: kill, steal, and destroy. That's it. Kill, steal, and destroy. Who is doing that to black people? Kill, steal, and destroy. Now, y'all want to go spiritual? We can go spiritual warfare. That's what the devil come to do. Kill, steal, and destroy. Now, what people here in America is facing that?
I mean, if we go spiritual with it, then we must understand that. I mean,
come on with it.
Like God
what?
allowed Israel. God allowed Israel to go through the wilderness all that time.
40 years.
When it was just such a short time. When it's just such a 3-day journey. So I go right there, and I ain't going nowhere else with it. But I go right there because, listen, God allowed. That means all that time, it was 3 days there.
Yeah, and you know why he allowed that? Because of that disobedience.
40 years. So here we is going through what we going through right now. When somewhere there's a door of victory and success, but somehow us is going around the circle. It's us going around the circle. I mean, we in the world. We ain't supposed to be of the world. So we ain't of the white man. We live amongst them and things like that. But it's us going around the circle when we have the door of. So you just tell me why when it was just 3 days, we say disobedience. Yeah. So what do we say today?
Well,
are we holding ourselves accountable for anything that I'm talking about? It's a people, not just a politician or gatekeeper, black people. That's, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about it's a people, period.
Well,
spiritually.
Well, if you really want to get down there, they was going to the promised land. I don't think reparation is our promised land. It's just something, a debt that's owed to us that we work for. You know, we work for that. And I understand what you're saying. We work for the Bible said the workman is how it go old time the hire for his labor is a workman. So when you go out there and work, it's something owed to you. It's owed. This ain't nothing they giving us. They not giving. Listen, we're not taking this.
The harvest is great, but the laborers are few.
That ain't what I'm talking about. Yeah,
but God took care of them in that wilderness all alone.
Now, do you know how many people came out of the wilderness?
Mark, you finna make me go somewhere.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah.
You're talking to the right one. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look.
Go ahead.
Listen, you gotta realize. Look, 3 days was there all alone. I mean, it ain't God's fault. It ain't the people in the promised land who God was gonna allow them to overtake. It ain't nobody's fault except for those who didn't make it out. That didn't. Oh my God.
No. Hold on. First of all, we talking about.
It's the reason why some people ain't gonna be around for reparation.
No. Look, first of all, reparation is not our promised land. First of all, let me say that it's a debt that owed to us.
I ain't saying it's the promised land.
It's a debt owed to us.
I'm not saying it's the promised land.
Yeah, it's a debt owed to us. It's a debt owed to us.
I'm not saying it's the promised land.
Right.
What I'm saying is on the journey period. Look at all that stuff they went through just in the wilderness part period before they got to any promised land. But in the midst of it,
did you know? I mean, let me ask you a question, Reb. I'm gonna see where your knowledge is. How many people made it in the promised land? How many people made it in the promised land?
How many people made it in the promised land?
Yeah.
It was only Caleb, Joseph, and the younger generation.
It really was. It really was only 3 that made it from the thing. But let me you're right. I know where you're going. What I'm saying is to you, Rhea, even if we don't get it in the next 50 years, probably everybody on this live might be dead in the next 50 years. As long as our people that look like us, they should get it. I mean, you just got to remember, Reb, and I know you're young, I'm older than you are, just in the 60s, we were fighting Jim Crow. Just in the 60s.
We were.
Still fighting Jim Crow.
Yeah, still fighting. Man, I mean, we still fight mass incarceration, abortion. All this stuff was designed for us. Now, I'm not saying a woman don't have a right to choose on her body. I'm not saying that. That's between her and God. But I'm saying abortion was originally set up for population control. That's what it was. It wasn't for if somebody rape you, you get abortion. No, it wasn't for that. It was not for that. It was
then
for.
Martin call it for what it is. We got to start calling stuff for what it is. You understand? Man, see, that's the thing. And we got so much evil spirits of control over our lives. We got to call that for what it is. We know that there was population control. And guess what? It turned from population control to it's my body. You had the right to sin in fornication, and then life get aborted behind it. So you double sin. You hear me? And then now it's a right. So look at the sin. Look at how we live in amongst. Like I say, we're supposed to be in the world, not of it. See, God got some conditions that He needs to settle dealing with His black folks, His children, His original ones. We got, man, look, let me tell you what they did. Look, you remember when Joseph, because Joseph brought them out through the promised land. They had to go through the wars, remember?
Okay.
And that's what Joseph told. Guess what they did? They turned against God. God had to keep on bringing us into captivity and delivering us out of captivity. Bringing us in captivity, delivering us out of captivity. Just look at the story. Look, we living in the channels right now. The stuff that's going on. When the last time you had somebody inspiring like an X and a king? When the last time you really seen a leader? I ain't talking about no Barack Obama. I'm talking about like those guys weren't political, but they was leaders. When the last time you seen somebody have an inspirational spiritual impact?
Well,
a conduit who had they would transfer.
But for one point you missing is that when Israel left Egypt paid them reparations by giving them gold, silver, and all the things that they had made off of their backs. While they was there, they prospered. While Israel was there, while Israel was there, they prospered. The Egyptians did. And the only way going out, because they paid them reparations, they loaded them with gold, silver, and everything that they needed to get up out of there. So they paid them reparations. So they haven't paid us our reparations that they owe us. They owe us this money. But Israel was paid reparations on their way out the door. Go back and read it.
Oh, that's a good one, there, Reb.
I know they came out right, but you know what they also did when they went over into the promised land, they were supposed to wipe out everything that they came in contact with, and they decided to live amongst them, and they decided.
That's true. All of that, right? But they still,
Look at our condition. Look at what we choose
but what
to
I'm
do.
saying,
Look at how we hold ourselves
Reb
back.
the Barber, you missed the
but
point.
Everybody's doing that.
Yeah, you missed the point, Reb. You missed the point. The brother did. He biblically right. They got all that gold and silver, whatever they carry. Yeah, I mean they had everything they needed. Now what they did with that was on them. You know, the Bible said, I think the scripture said they built a golden calf or something. So some type of
They did.
yeah. So I mean, that's on the people. That's on the people. Now they got they got what they wanted, but it's same way with us. We haven't got what we wanted yet. We need it. We need it. So I'm not see my thing.
But we can't have that. We can't have that same transfer effect, though. You know what I'm saying? I agree totally with you. We can't continue to have that.
Well, let me
like
just tell you something.
Said, we got to think about it.
Yeah, but
what we're willing to do. Let
me say this to you, brother. The world is a stage, and everybody got their role to play. We're going to have murders. We're going to have fornicators. We're going to have adulterers. We're going to have rapists, robbers. That's what consists in the world. That's what it is. And the purpose of all this to bring us back, to restore, is his son, to bring us back into righteousness and holiness. So we're going to have, listen, it's going to always be them type of people here in the world. It's always going to be. They souls. God told us all souls belong to me. They souls. Our souls are the.
I'm not talking about them people.
I know, but what I'm just saying, we're gonna always have those. We're gonna have gamblers. We're gonna have prostitutes. I don't care what law they put up here. People gonna listen. They're gonna still do what they do. It's just in it. Whatever's in you is gonna come out. That's all I'm saying. So the world is a stage. You're gonna have these type of people. You're gonna have gang bangers. I don't care how much reparation they get. Some of them still gonna gang bang. Period. You can have reparation. You got some women or men that's involved in prostitution still gonna do it and don't have to do it. They got money now. It's just how the world is, brother. It's crooked. It's evil. It's mean. That's what it is.
Right.
The world.
But Rev, I'm surprised that Rev ain't read the 5th chapter of James. If you read the 5th chapter of James, then he'll see what the Lord is telling people. All you got to do is read the first 6 verses in the book of James. It'll tell you everything you need to know. As far as blacks and reparations, it'll tell you that right off. It'll tell you in the first six little verses to tell you what has happened unto people when they were not treated fair by the so-called masters that was over them, and they're going to pay for it one day too. All you got to do is read it. And that is the perfect description of people that were worked and labored and did not get paid. And other people got rich off of those people. And that's how, even with the children of Israel, the cries, that's why the Lord came down to find out if that's what was going on, because the cries of the people came up to God. And they say, man, these people killing us with this labor. And that's what happened. And they weren't getting paid for it. But before they left, they got paid, though. They got paid before they left. And we have to get paid. That's the only way you're going to get this quiet. If they pay us, then you might see a change, and you may not see all this stuff that goes on with us. They have to pay us, though. They got it. They're going to send a rocket to the moon right now. They funded that. So they need to pay the people, need to pay the money, and that'll quiet everything down. And I guarantee you, they'll have peace in the land then, but they're not going to do it. They don't have no trouble with the Japanese. They don't have no trouble with the Indians. The Indians right now can go anywhere. If you can prove that you're a legit Indian, man, you can go to school free. Your land, they've given them billions and billions of dollars in free land. All them casinos and stuff. That's Indian territory. They ain't got to pay no taxes on all that because they owe them that because of the land that they took from them. So they owe us money that they're taking that we never got paid. You see, and that's what I don't understand. I know this is off the mark, Martin. That's what I don't understand. Y'all brothers running around wearing these Yankee caps. The Yankees didn't even want no blacks on their team, and black people running around. They won't wear a Detroit Stars cap, Kansas City Grays that the Black Negro League was in. But we'll go around and put on the white Yankee cap and put on a red Yankee cap, a green Yankee cap, a black Yankee cap, a blue one, and the Yankees don't even want black people on their team. I don't understand this. We got to tell it white man's mentality. Well, bro, look, go back and read the history. The Yankees was one of the last teams that brought blacks on their team. They fought it all
the first player they had, Elton Howard, yes.
Well, and look how long though. And the Boston Red Sox wasn't far behind. They was the last team back on their team. So we went around. So what do you like to do?
Listen,
I'm just saying, what we like to do though?
Well, if they the league, they can do what they want to. We had our own Negro League, called it the Kansas City Monarchs, and then the whole thing.
We need to promote that. That's what we need to promote.
Let me say something before I go up in the league. But rarely do I agree with you, old timer. And for the young brother on there, I want to tell you, I'll skip to the book of Revelation. My revelation is when I get my money, God, going to see that I'm going to buy me an ice cream truck. And that's what I plan to do. And I'm going to drive that ice cream truck 24 hours a day, every day of the day, every day of the year in Chicago, sell ice cream and bologna sandwiches. And that's going to be my giving back to the community. So everybody got different ways to do their thing because I never was able to get ice cream as a kid. So now when I get my reparations, I'll be the ice cream man every day in Chicago. So don't ever knock it, brother, because somehow God, as long as God is there, anything is possible. So the young brothers that believe that it ain't gonna work out, don't be negative. Put your energy on positivity, man, because there's so much negative out here that destroy you. So when you thinking like that, soon and very soon you're gonna see me in the ice cream truck, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we're gonna end it right there.
Tell me to read the 5th chapter of James.
Okay. All right.
Read the 5th chapter of James. That'll stop it.
Okay. Old timer, we're gonna end it right here, man.
I read it.
Okay. We're gonna end it right
You
here.
got it? Okay.
Okay. We're gonna end it right here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank y'all for coming on late tonight with me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate it because I'll be tired when I come home, man. Then I got to try to get some material together for us to talk about and stuff like that. And I still didn't even get to what I really wanted to get to as well. I want to get it to the, old timer, the mayor of, what is that? Harvey died. Mayor Christopher Clark.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he died. So I did want to get into that. Well, maybe we'll get into that tomorrow and talk more about that because he had a lot of trouble going on in Harvey, and he probably wasn't the favorite in that to them, so it was a lot of trouble. Matter of fact, I think I went live there a couple of times to their city council meeting, so I might bring that up tomorrow. So basically, we'll probably talk about that tomorrow. Who knows? I mean, that's what I want to talk about. Sometime it might change at the last minute. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Reb the Barber. Thank you, Roosevelt, Bill, Old Timer, Buck, who else? And my 609, trying to make some young ladies and become wives. Thank you so much for that. Maybe we'll get together and promote your book on that so we can do that, talk about that, and bring some ladies on here so you can talk to them how to get a husband, how to be a wife. Is that the name of your book? You said 609. What's your book going to be?
No, it's on my webpage is how to teach the young ladies how to be a wife.
Okay.
But my audio book is going to be more for more detail.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get the title of it yet.
Okay.
It'll be out by July.
Okay. We got plenty of time. All right. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I'm out of here.
You already know what it is.
What?
Live.
And what?
Uncut. Unedited.
Tell
the truth.
And what?
And shame the devil. I love
being
black.
That's right.